Coach, thrilling win came down to the wire. Just start with an opening statement.
First thing I'll say is how proud I am of our team. That was a wild game. With us getting down 19 or 20 in the first half, cutting into the lead, getting it manageable at halftime, and we put one word on the board at halftime. Didn't talk about a whole lot. Just put toughness on the board, and I know what our team is capable of when we play with heart, when we play with grittiness, we play with a chip on our shoulders. And credit to these guys for just finding a way. It wasn't pretty. Some unfortunate stuff happened in that second half that I'm not proud of. From our team's perspective, we got to handle ourselves better in that moment. I'm sure Santa Clara would say the same thing. But it was a heated game, a rivalry game. We have a lot of respect for them and how hard they play and how well coached they are. But I'm just proud of my team. I love my team.
Chris and Jonathan, just what did you guys see that started the incident and what happened during the incident?
I didn't really see anything. I saw 21 fall on the floor. We tried to help him up, and then someone came to my left or my right, and then he fell. I don't know what happened. I just feel like we came as a team, though. We talked about it. We learned from it. So I feel like that's 21 what we did.
On Santa Clara or you're on your team on the floor?
On Santa Clara. Yeah, I think Santa Clara 21 was on the floor.
Right, because from my perspective, and I guess I could be wrong. I thought there was a USF player on the floor, but that's not the case.
We'll have to go back and watch it on film. I do know that it all started because of the illegal screen. But again, our guys, our bench, we have to respond in a different manner when that happens. Nothing good comes from reacting the wrong way. To have 3 guys ejected from the game, it's just not smart. And we need to be smarter in those moments. Because it's too important. Winning and losing comes down to a very small margin, and we don't want to lose guys. But credit to our bench, credit to guys who maybe haven't played as many minutes. I thought Vova came in and gave us some solid minutes, Justin Beaker, and that's why we're a team. And when somebody goes down or there's an incident, you just got to come together as a team and find a way. And credit to our guys in the locker room for just finding a way. As I said, it wasn't pretty by any stretch, but it was gritty and it was tough. And I'll take that any day of the week.
Jonathan, you weren't here last year, but obviously, Chris, you were. I would say last year your best win was it overtime or double overtime in the tournament against Santa Clara. Does this one top that?
Different kinds of games, yeah. But both games we were down late. I would say the game in Las Vegas last year was a little bit more pretty from an offensive standpoint with the way that Khalil played in that game. But it had similar kind of never say die moments in there. There were some points late in that game where we could have just broken and cashed it in. I think we were down 8. With 2 minutes to go or something like that. I don't know. I have to go back and watch. But we just kept chipping away, and I thought our press really unnerved them. And we talked about that going into the game. I thought the turnover differential, if we could limit our turnovers, I thought we had a chance to turn them over some. And credit to these guys for getting after them, especially pressure full court-wise.
I heard Coach say it, but I was aware of it too. You had no points and 1 rebound in the first half. So in some sense, the response of the team sort of reflected the response you had. Did you kind of take it on your shoulders that, hey, I wasn't myself in the first half. I got to lift my game and lift my teammates?
Yeah, of course. Halftime, me and Coach talked about it. We all talked about, I got to do better as one of the leaders on the team. So, fighting through adversity is one of the things I'm going through. So I feel like, I did a great job tonight. I can't have starts like that, so, just got to get better at the start of the game and, adversity, fight through adversity.
Last one, you don't get to make the schedule, but is it a benefit to you that you do have a bye on Thursday, you don't play again until Saturday after a game like this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we need some rest. We need recovery. there are never any excuses in sports, and we didn't go into the game with any. But these guys got back at 3 a.m. on Friday morning from a road trip to Malibu, and came in yesterday focused with not a lot of sleep. Had a great day of prep, and we just talked about finding a way. Somehow, some way, we had to find a way to win the game, and we can rest after. And credit to them. Just found a way to win, dug down, and that was all heart. There was nothing else to that but just playing with heart. And I'm proud of my team, and I know there's so much left we can do as a group, but they deserve a little bit of a break.
J-Mo, can you talk about going to the free throw line late in the game, able to ice it? What was going through your head?
Nothing crazy. Just taking my time. Just one by one. Just having confidence going to the line, standing up there strong, making the free throw. Saw the first one going, so it was great. I missed one earlier, right before that, the second one, and then just next play. Next play mentality. Can't cry over what I missed. And then just keep going, and look what happened.
And then can you talk about the impact Mike made tonight, who had, I think, 14 points, and he was able to get you guys going offensively, shooting from deep, and kind of talking about, like, playing with a guy who's able to facilitate the court?
Yeah, I thought, Mike has been being hard on himself with the way he's been playing. I know what he's capable of, and tonight he got back on track in terms of what that looks like. But it gets lost. You don't see it in the stat sheet. I thought that was as hard as he's played. And as tough as he's been up to this point. And that's all I really care about. I want guys to play with heart. I want guys to play with a chip on their shoulder. And, he got on loose balls. He was first to the floor. He had the big offensive rebound late in that game, which led to Jonathan getting fouled with 1.4 or whatever it was. And those are all winning plays. And so I'm proud that he affected the game from a winning standpoint and did things that don't show up in the stat sheet.
And then what did you like from, I talked about it earlier, what did you like from Markovetsky tonight? As soon as he came in, he had 4 rebounds in his first 4 minutes, and he and Barry, once they came in, they kind of helped stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I thought Vova gave us some really good minutes. We talked about before the game how physical and how big Santa Clara is. They're one of the bigger teams in college basketball. And I thought Vova did a really good job of kind of negating some of Cafaro's strength and size down low, and provided just some solid, stable minutes for us. He had a big basket late in the second half, too, where he got fouled. And Vova is a team guy. Stays ready. Hasn't been playing a lot, and was ready to affect the game and made some plays to help us win.
Chris, one more from me. Mm-hmm. After Jonathan makes the free throw and you're up by 1 and you call timeout, I was a little surprised because I know you're setting your defense, but you're giving them a chance to set a play, which they ran a pretty damn good play that almost got him the game. What went through your mind to make that decision to call the timeout there?
Yeah, so I called the timeout after he made the second.
Correct.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that we didn't do anything that was going to cost us the game. Hindsight, maybe would have let it play out, but they had already had a timeout and were able to draw something up, so I figured they were going to go with what they already had drawn up. And we did not do a great job on that last possession. Mike ran into a guy screening on the inbounder, which is always, I don't think you can call that late, but then Jonathan, I think, went through and tried to tip the ball versus just keeping him in front and walling up. But thankfully, it all worked out for us. But hindsight's always 20/20.
Just a quick question. Could you maybe explain the significance of this rivalry between USF and Santa Clara for as long as you've been here, maybe, but just overall, if you would mind?
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant before I got here, and I quickly learned after being here for a very short time how important this game is to USF alums, to current students, and to the players and coaches involved. It's as good of a rivalry as there is. It just means a little bit more. Every game is important. We treat every game the same, but this game just has a little bit of a different feel to it, and I think our guys definitely felt some of that tonight, but it was a war. I thought both teams really played hard. Unfortunately, both teams can't win. Just happy we were able to come up 1 point positive.
And then, what has this recent burst of student support since the break was over? Like, what has that meant for you guys? How has it pushed you guys, and what do you hope that could be for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I'll go quick, and then Jonathan can go. All right, because I know he appreciates it, but that's a home court advantage. And our fans and our students especially. Can't say enough how appreciative I am. Our players feed off that energy. We have 2 more home games left, Pepperdine here, and then we need all the students in the world and alumni in the world to come out for our Chase Center game. But really happy with the support and the feel in the gym. There's just a vibe and a feel in the arena, and our guys deserve that for how hard they work. So thank you to all the students, alumni, fans that came out. We need to ramp it up even more as we come down the home stretch.
Yes. Piggyback on what he said, the support, it's great for us. It gives us confidence, gives us energy, So that just for fighting back from adversity, having the fans with us, it just means a lot. Like he said, we need you guys to come out to the Chase game. More fans, more support, more wins.